morning, everyone, and welcome back to Simple Sounds ASMR. Today we are going back to continue the book of Joshua. So we're reading Joshua 14 today. So let's get started. Joshua 14. Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the leaders of all the tribes of Israel decided what land to give to the people in the land of Canaan. The Lord had commanded Moses long ago how he wanted people to choose their land. The people of the 9.5 tribes threw lots to decide which land they would receive. Moses had already given the 2.5 tribes their land and east of Jordan River, but the tribe of Levi was not given any land like the others. The sons of Joseph had divided into 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. The tribe of Levi was not given any land. It was given only some towns in which to live and pastures for its animals. The Lord had told Moses how to give the land to the tribes of Israel, and the Israelites divided the land. Caleb's land. One day, some men from the tribe of Judah went to Joshua at Gilgal. Among them was Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite. He said to Joshua, "You remember what the Lord said at Kadesh Barnea when he was speaking to the prophet Moses about you and me. Moses, the Lord's servant, sent me to look at the land where we were going. I was 40 years old then. When I came back, I told Moses what I thought about the land. The other men who went with me frightened the people, but I fully believed the Lord would allow us to take the land. So that day Moses promised me, the land where you went will become your land, and your children will own it forever. I will give you that land, because you fully believed in the Lord my God. Now then, the Lord has kept his promise. He has kept me alive for 40 years from the time he said this to Moses, during the time we all wandered in the desert. Now here I am, 85 years old. I am still as strong today as I was the day Moses sent me out, and I am just as ready to fight now as I was then. So give me the mountain country the Lord promised me that day long ago. Back then you heard that the Anakite people lived there, and the cities were large and well protected. But now, with the Lord helping me, I will force them out, just as the Lord said. Joshua blessed Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and gave him the city of Hebron as his own. Hebron still belonged to the family of Caleb, son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, because he had faith and obeyed the Lord, the God of Israel. In the past, it was called Kiriath Arba, named for Arba, the greatest man among the Anakites. After this, there was peace in the land. The life lesson is the same as Joshua 13. But the situation is that the 12 tribes of Israel divided the conquered lands according to God's wishes. Joshua dismissed the army, leaving additional conquest as each tribe's responsibility. Observation: God rewards his people for following through on what he says. In these chapters, the Israelites were rewarded with a homeland. Application: what promised lands have you inherited in recent years? Studies completed. Relationship secured. Reflect on God's help. Thank him today. Stretch your faith for tomorrow. I think it's great that God continues. There's a pattern there where he continues to prove his commitments, his promises. He fulfills his promises. 40 years when it started, when Joshua started, and then 85 years where he still says, God gives me the strength to keep fighting and keep doing all that I need to do, that he wants me to do. The last video I posted, it was about Halloween items, and I mentioned that we do have parties, and we do have gatherings for around this time. And we actually had a big party this weekend, and it was awesome. So that's why I did the Halloween decoration video with some sounds, ASMR sounds. There were a few of you that commented on your strong opinion about Halloween and the celebration of Halloween and what it represents, and I totally get it. I understand. I grew up in a Christian home, and churches you couldn't dance, you couldn't play certain music, you couldn't go to the clubs, you couldn't celebrate. They didn't even want you trick-or-treating. But in my home, this was the church, in my home, it was safe. We felt safe to go trick-or-treating. Christmas is supposed to be the celebration of God. And now it has turned into a celebration of Santa Claus and gifts. And it has gone, yes, there's people that celebrate, when they're celebrating Christmas, they're remembering, Jesus who was born on that day. I feel that Christmas is a similar, has changed just as much, actually for the worse. Because I feel that Christmas has taken God out of it, and it's all about Santa Claus, it's all about Christmas gifts, it's all about presents, what am I going to get? But that's how it is, and that is the world. That's how the world has taken it. It's our responsibility to make that connection and be able to appreciate what God did, sending Jesus, and Jesus was born around Christmas time, and we have to do that. We can't depend on the world to do it for us. We can't depend on that. And stores are going crazy with Santa Claus things, and Christmas is just how the world is. But nobody goes into stores and complains why there are too many Santa Claus. It's just, you gotta take your own responsibility and connect with God. You have to have that relationship, and nobody can judge you. Nobody can judge you. Same thing with Halloween. Halloween has been taken from, actually, it's been taken it to a positive, where now it is all about candy and trick-or-treating for fun. It's all for fun. So I personally, and I don't want to judge anybody out there, believe what you want to believe, because at the end is what's in your heart, and it depends on your relationship with God. And if you feel strongly that God is telling you, nope, it's up to you what you feel God is telling you, or how He's speaking to you. I 100% feel that it's not wrong. I know some of you may think differently, and it's okay. It's okay. I don't think it makes me a bad person. I feel so much stronger now, more than ever, my connection with God, since I've been doing this channel, since I've been reading the Bible. The Bible shows us rules, and there are guidelines, and there's things that God says that we should follow and we should do. And God, this is what's awesome, God can speak through the Bible and can help you interpret something specific to your own needs. And that is what's awesome about this book, because someone else can read it and be like, oh wait, no, I shouldn't do this, or I shouldn't do that. And I could read it and be like, oh, look what it's saying, I shouldn't do this, but I should concentrate on this other area. And so it is how you take it. It is how you interpret the Bible. It's always good to pray before you open the Bible, so you have that connection and that discernment to know what is good and what is bad, because that's what it boils down to. So I do hope it's such a touchy subject, and I was contemplating not saying anything, but I want those that are starting out or reading the Bible to not get too, yes, follow the guidelines, but also follow your heart and follow what God tells you, how God speaks to you. It's really, pray for discernment. I'm constantly praying for discernment, like, God, show me the way, close the doors that are not right for me, close the things that are negative, close the things that aren't good for me. So I really, really pray for all of you that are listening to this video, watching this video, to pray for discernment. Pray for discernment, because that's what's going to get you through and have a clear mind. So when when others are questioning your actions, you can be confident and feel confident that you are doing the right thing. And I am so thankful for this channel, because I do feel stronger. I have a stronger relationship with God. Even though I grew up, I had the right foundations. I grew up in church. I had the right foundations, but never had that really connection with God. I would only pray for, oh, God bless that person that just got in an accident. Oh, look, thank you, God, for a parking spot. It's just little bits and pieces. And even though that is good, you still have to have that one-on-one with God and make the time. I still struggle with that, but I sometimes just stop. I look out my window. I walk out my window, and there are two trees. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. There are two trees that are in front of my house, and I just look at it and just look. And when there's like a gust of wind, I feel God's presence. It's crazy, but it's something triggers my mind to think of God, and to be thankful. And at that moment, I start praying. So I look forward to, I go walk out, and I see the trees, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for Him to, for God to just send me a little gust of wind to make me feel secure, that I know something, He's there, He's watching, and He's guiding me. And there was something that I read the other day, and it was talking about, I don't know if it was a scripture or if someone mentioned, but it was talking about nature, how God speaks to you in nature. He created the trees, He created the land, and it's such a beautiful visual. And he can communicate with you through nature, through a bird, flying, right across. Or it's a connection. It's not just watching a bird fly, but it's watching that bird fly, and instantly it's coming from something else. It's something bigger. So I don't want anybody to get or feel bad for thinking in a different way than I do. I really do pray for you to continue, for those that are strongly feeling about Halloween. It's okay. God knows. God knows that my intentions are not to, light a candle for someone, to do a seance or bring back something or bring out we don't have parties and bring out Ouija boards and do satanic rituals. And maybe I'm going to the extreme now, but it has nothing to do. I don't care to give Satan any reason to celebrate. We're celebrating life. We're celebrating, relationships within. And there's a lot of believers. We have so many friends that are believers that go to church. Even we have a pastor friend. He comes to church. He comes to the parties. He dresses up. We all know that it's all in good, clean fun. So, anyways, I was chattering a lot. Sorry. But thanks again for watching. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe below and hit the bell for to receive any time that I post. You get a notification. So let me know. We're actually going to be doing a ASMR sound video up next. If you have any suggestions of what sounds I should do this week, let me know. I'm hoping to get it done this week and post on Friday. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. I love you guys, and I wish you well, and I bless you with many, many blessings, and that God is guiding you in the right direction and encouraging you in every step of your life. So take care, and we will see you next time.